Good afternoon. It is Friday, June 19th. We are on location right here at Moody Park in Westminster. And my next guest, as part of the 2026 National Indigenous Peoples' Day celebration, is Fawn Wood. Fawn, welcome to the show. How are you doing today?
Good. Thank you for having me.
No problem. So you just played an amazing set. Everybody loves your singing, and of course, some of our other people, including our staff members, have said that they have your stuff on Spotify. How does that feel to know that people really admire your music and they have you on their playlist?
You know what? I think because I have such a very special place in my heart for music and that passion for it, I think that's the biggest compliment when other people connect to that intention we put in our art. And I always say it's a huge honor when people say that they appreciate and like my music.
What's the one thing you would want to tell people who are still starting out if they want to pursue music as a career?
I always say, and my biggest piece of advice I can give is don't forget why you're doing it. I think when we get caught up in the whole swing of things and we always focus on trying to connect to a bigger audience or anything, I was like, just remember why you're doing it, and people will feel that intention you put into your music. That's what people are going to connect with. And also, don't give up on your dream. Dream big. I never anticipated that one day I'd be invited to do something I love and in many different settings and travel for that. And I think it's just also remembering why you're passionate about it.
And a lot of times, like people, they'll when they see all the performers that they admire, right? You look at how even like when you see shows like American Idol, Canadian Idol, they build so many stars from that platform as well. But people think that's the only gateway to get themselves out there. But but in some other cases, it's not always have to be that way. Like some of us, who are DIY musicians, I feel like even for yourself, you've had figured out your own path to get yourself out there. What do you think was the most incredible thing that you felt was rewarding besides getting your music heard?
I think one of the most rewarding things is when you don't realize how far your reach goes when it comes to sharing your music. Like for instance, I think it's when I hear of the stories and what music can do for people, specifically when it is my music, and they find healing in that, or they can relate to it. One of the most rewarding things is also seeing little ones sing along. I think inspiring people. To inspire people is probably the biggest reward.
I know, and it's always so fun when you're dancing along, or jumping along, or just singing along, right? Yeah. So this event we're at, National Indigenous Peoples' Day celebration, it's something that all of us from Spirit of the Children's Society, City of New Westminster, Kakai First Nation, we've put this together for so many years. But with events like these, what do they mean to you?
I think it's a beautiful thing, especially when we get to share space with even non-Indigenous folks, or to even celebrate our people coming together. There's a really big sense of pride in it, and I love that. I love that other people can immerse themselves in our culture, and we give them that place to come and be a part of it with us, because I think a big thing that our communities need is that understanding, and when we're experiencing and sharing like that, we offer that understanding of different cultures, and that's a beautiful thing.
And I just love what you said earlier on stage. You said that it's not just today, but every day is always a great day to be Indigenous, and that really lifts everybody's spirits. When you hear the sound of the drum, what's the first thing that comes to your mind when you hear that first beat?
It reminds me of home. It makes me feel home. You could be anywhere in North America or the world, and when you hear that drum, you get brought back to where you come from, And I think that's the power of the drum. That's the power of our music. That's the power of that our artists hold. And it always gives me a sense of home, and I love that. I never feel too far away when I'm around our community, anywhere.
And it feels like other people have said that hearing that drum beat, it feels like they're connected to roots again, right? And it's great that that you were saying we are celebrating culture, we are appreciating culture, but we're also learning from it too. And I think even you brought so much to the table, and we're really happy to have you as part of this year's entertainment. But is there anybody you want to give a shout out to, like someone, maybe someone you're thankful for who've mentored you both culturally and musically?
I have to say thank you to all of the female traditional singers that I've looked up to all throughout Indian country. I think it's a powerful thing when we acknowledge them. I think specifically singing in this genre, a lot of us have not gotten the recognition. A lot of the ladies I looked up to, they opened the door for me to walk through, and I hold it open for whoever's coming behind me. And I'm really excited for the future of our people, for the future of Indigenous music, and for the just for the future Indigenous people that will really take our culture and bring it to new stages and elevate that knowledge for others.
So with this specific event, like this National Indigenous Peoples Day, what would be something that you've learned that you want to pass on to, would it be your children, your families and friends, or even other younger generations to come?
One thing I've learned is how important it is to really stick to our grassroots and to share that. I think our people find a lot of strength in our culture and in our traditions, and that's something I always try to advocate for. Also, and all of that, because it's such a beautiful thing to see our people thriving and to stay connected to our communities and uplift one another. That's a huge thing. So that is something I'd want to pass on, is to be proud of who you are, where you come from, and also help uplift others so they can feel like that too.
That's awesome. Great choice of words. Now, if you were to collab with somebody that you wish you could collab with, and you want to make it happen, it hasn't happened yet, who would be the first choice of performer that comes to mind?
Oh man, that's a tough one. But you know what? A lot of people probably thought that my sister Tia. She's my younger sister. We've never collaborated before, but I'm hoping to make that happen. Yeah, she's somebody. To have both of my sisters on a track with me would be a dream. We are working towards that. It will be coming sometime in the future, but definitely my little sister.
That's really good to hear. The family band, let it go platinum gold, whatever, it'll be amazing. Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Fawn. I really appreciate you being a part of this year's Performing Talent here at the National Indigenous Peoples Day event of 2026. And it's such an honor to have you here. And I wish you nothing but a very awesome, lengthy success.
Thank you.
Anything you want to say to people out there?
I just want to say I'm thankful for everybody who comes out and celebrates our culture, and I hope that everybody's staying safe. And remember to stay kind and spread love.
Yay, awesome. And thank you guys for tuning in to our highlight reels of our National Indigenous Peoples Day celebration 2026 edition. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, Spirit of the Children's Society. Like and subscribe, give us a follow, and come say hi.